stencils that transform an ordinary wall into a work of art. Hi, everybody. I'm Ernie Maddest.
Ooh, I wonder if I get that facial. Too. I'm Bonnie Montgomery. Come on into our home. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. You know, you don't always need just a flat piece of canvas if you're going to try to do some painting. How about painting something decorative on your wall?
Something like we're going to show you right now. Here with a quick and easy painting technique like this is decorative painter and teacher for Janovic Plaza Paints, Shelley Robiner. Shelley, this is,
now look at, see, this is what we're going to paint. That's beautiful.
Hey, you like that?
Yeah.
Now remember, Shelley, we're not artists.
I'm somehow aware of that. I went outside and I picked us some leaves. Look at this. Aren't these
some
cute?
real
leaves.
Ivy,
So instead of buying an ivy stencil, we're going to have the flexibility of picking the leaves we want and actually placing them on our ivy vine.
As you
choose. We wanted. Yes. Yeah. All right. So assuming that we're not artists, I've got this little leaf taped down to a piece of paper. This is Mylar. It happens to be a frosted Mylar, but acetate will do. And
where do we get that?
You know, you can get it at an art store, or if acetate is easier to find than Mylar, actually. If worse came to worse, you could actually trace this on a piece of cardboard and
it's not
use
too
that.
flimsy either. I mean,
no, it's got to be strong enough so you
yeah.
can actually cut it.
Yeah.
So this gets traced. You know, this is real serious artwork here.
Now let me ask you about choosing our leaves that we're going to put up on our wall. Is there something that we should think about when we're going out there and looking, size-wise or shape-wise? Or so what do we need to think about?
I would say size is important because we're going to go from larger leaves to smaller ones, the way a vine would actually grow.
Okay.
All right. So this is sort of a middle-sized one. We're cutting out with a stencil knife, and this, you know, they have these very pointy blades on them, and these can be purchased this way, or if you cannot find a stencil knife, then you can use a double edge, a safety, not a double edge, but a safety
that would be a little dangerous.
Not a good idea. So when you do go to cut this out, you know, do it on a nice hard flat surface so that
you don't want to ruin
you can, exactly, you don't want to do it on the kitchen table or anything like that. You just cut through. So here's the stencil all finished.
Right.
All right.
We're all ready to go.
Yep, we're ready to go, except we haven't got any paints mixed.
Oh, that would help us. Wouldn't
We're
we need a little
mixing
paint?
Okay, what kind?
Since this isn't a kit, we're talking non-kit here. We're talking, you can go to the paint store and get some acrylic paints. Now, blue and yellow makes
green.
very good.
Good start.
Very good start. So, hey, see, here's green, and here's yellow. All right,
So we do a little customizing here, too,
exactly.
right?
So you can kind of look at what's in your house and decide, do I want this green to be a little to the blue side? Do I want it to be more to
Could pick
more
up
to the yellow
on the
side?
Rug or some furniture
Exactly.
or something in the room
right.
that you want
can add
to
some white
accent.
to it to make it lighter and things like that. So we can really customize the color.
Let me ask you about this. If we're doing a whole room, let's say the vine is going to go through the whole room, and we're mixing. Now, I'd be concerned that I'd mix my color, and then I'd run out of it. So do we need to mix a whole bunch of it?
Good idea.
Okay.
Here's what we do. You take little containers. There've got to be some little plastic containers somewhere around. Oh, you know, the containers are real good for, like, cameras, a film canister.
That's the best thing to use, plastic?
That's great. Why not? Plastic is forever. Okay, so you squirt some yellow in, you squirt some green in, you mix it up, and you've got your colors. So these are all ready to go. You've got enough, and since this will eventually dry out, you know, you keep it covered if you don't finish the project in one day. Now, let's say we want this, it's going to be in the bathroom, and it might be coming down the wall, maybe even going, if you've got an old bathtub, it could go on one of these old claw and ball tubs. And I've even seen it where they brought the leaves down onto the floor.
Oh, that's a nice effect.
Or onto, if you have a chair or something.
Right, anywhere you want it to go.
Yeah.
So the various things we're going to use to actually do the stencils. I kind of like this dense foam. A lot of people really love these stencil brushes. Either way I'll do it. And I know, Bonnie, that you have done this, you know, where you are doing this kind of motion. And the same thing with this dense foam.
Kind of ordinary packing foam, is that what it is?
That's exactly right. And you could, well, we would cut it.
Oh.
We would cut the size of the things.
It's already cut.
It's already cut.
That saved us a step.
and get started.
Oh, how about we glove up?
Good. All right, let's put
And
the
we've
gloves on.
prepared our wall. It's all painted ahead of
The wall
time.
is painted. It's a latex paint to, you know, go with the decor in the room.
Okay.
And
So we're going to go
Do you
over
have
here.
your sponge? Ernie? Okay.
I've got one right here, Bonnie.
He's got them
Yep.
We have our
right there.
paint?
Yep.
We are set. Okay.
Okay.
Where are we going to do this
We
now?
can put a few of these on here, is that right?
I already started doing this little vine, which is an optical continuation of this one across the window. So now the idea would be to place,
Did I do that right?
there's no right or wrong in this, but I think that looks good.
And then I can paint the little stem on?
Later on, sure. And let's say, you know, you might want another one going down over there, okay?
That's good, that's good.
How about each of you want to do one? All right, why don't, let's
While
see.
you stencil that,
Yes.
why don't you show me how we do this wood down here, because that's fascinating to me. So you have some specific tools that we're going to be using to make this. So let's take a look. We've got to get right down here.
These are some very rudimentary wood graining tools, Bonnie. This is called a rocker, and you'll notice it's got these little grooves in it, and this is a comb. So let me show you what to do with this. I'm going to put the goo on the wall, and I've taped it off. And here's the action with the rocker. It gets pulled down the wall, and as it goes, it makes these wonderful.
That is so neat.
And if you don't like it,
look at this.
now you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you
let
ready?
me try.
Okay.
You bet.
All right.
Here we go. And I rock.
It's very subtle. No, you're a serious rock and roller here, buddy. You don't want that.
Okay.
Those marks.
So then we just keep going
All
back
right,
and
and
forth.
then the comb goes on the side because you don't want to line these up. They begin to look like peacocks.
Okay.
Tails.
I love that panel look, but I don't have to put the paneling up.
That's
this is
right.
wonderful.
Okay, put your hand on mine so you'll get the
Okay.
motion here. It's very subtle,
Rock and
very subtle rock and roll here.
That's not bad. That's great. Very interesting. Okay.
It's harder as you get down to the bottom here.
And I like the idea that we can keep painting over it, keep trying it until it looks
Until it
like
gets
that.
right.
Just one simple tool. How you doing, Ernie?
Take a look at my leaves up
Let's
there.
look at his leaves.
Hey,
Take a
you
look at
did
them.
pretty
All right.
good,
I just
Ernie.
need some stems, that's all they need.
Well, you
Okay.
just take a brush and hand paint those little stems
Not
in
bad.
there.
Very
That's it.
nice.
Hey,
nice.
this
Well,
was
we're going
fun.
to keep working on this.
Okay, have a
We'll
good time.
vines everywhere.
Thanks, Shelley, we enjoyed it.
Hey, anytime.
Coming up next here, how to create the look of stained glass. We'll be right back. This is really kind of a neat
Look
thing.
at that,
I like it.
Bonnie, go.
And later today, fun travel gizmos to make your next jaunt a joy. How to set sail on the right family cruise. And the recipe for a delicious, extravagant dessert, plus much more.
Our Home is sponsored by X14 Soap Scum Remover. Remove soap scum fast without scrubbing.
It's the X14 Challenge. Today we're asking shoppers to compare their Dow to X14 Soap Scum Remover.
X14 side is very clean, squeaky clean. This is much better.
X14 Soap Scum Remover.
X14 some powerful stuff.
Live the drama of being married to a powerful defense lawyer involved in a high-profile murder case.
This is how we're going to handle things? Just not talk about it?
I don't want this case and everything that comes with it in our home. With all the theatrics and media hoopla, it's show business. Crime is entertainment. Everybody's a celebrity.
Daddy, look, you're on TV. I'm gonna be the most popular kid in school.
I rest my case, counselor.
Murder One, a new series premiering on ABC.
I exercise, it happens. I sneeze, it happens. Who wants to think about light bladder protection all the time? I don't. And now, I don't. Because Stay Free Serenity gives me extra dryness protection with new Extra Curve pads. Stay Free Serenity Extra Curve pads have Dry Layer Plus to keep them much drier than ordinary maxis. So I feel drier. Look, it's no big deal. Try new Curve pads Extra and Extra Plus, only from Stay Free Serenity. Drier than maxis.
It's a natural fact moms of every stripe or spot want to feed their kids the best. So it's only natural they were glad to appear on each pack of Dan and Danimals, the deliciously creamy yogurt kids are wild about. It was a seal of approval because calcium-rich Danimals have no artificial anything, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, and part of each purchase helps support the National Wildlife Federation. Yep, like birds of a feather, moms flock to good foods like Dan and Danimals.
Taste why it's Dana.
If you love Velveeta,
We're gonna cream ya. Cream ya with Velveeta. Cream ya with Velveeta shells and cheese.
the only one with creamy Velveeta taste.
We're gonna cream ya.
Talk it over. It's problems, solutions, ideas, inspiration, advice, support. It's personal. It's now. It's Talk It Over. Starring Blair Brown and Tukey Smith. Real women. Real life. Real talk. Talk It Over. Lifetime's brand new talk show. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Only on Lifetime.
Stained glass is beautiful, but it is costly. Our next guest has a great way of bringing the look of stained glass into your home by simply making it yourself. She's the craft coordinator for Michael's the Arts and Crafts store, Joanne Pearson.
Hi,
Joanne. Ooh, I love stained glass.
I do too, but you know, I've tried cutting those little pieces out. I mean, I really got into that.
Of glass? You've really done real stained glass.
But it's just too difficult, and it's too costly. So I think the things that we've brought today look great.
Yeah, let's take a look at what you have here.
What we're doing this with is we're actually doing it with tissue paper and glue and foil.
Really?
It's a solid piece, glue. And so the colors that you see on the back of the pictures are actually small pieces of tissue paper that we're going to glue to the back of the picture. And then on the front, we're putting the foiling. And that's what gives you the shiny look. And so you can do any kind of a free-form design. You know, I think I've told you before, I can't draw. So you can actually trace any kind of picture and do anything that you want to do on this.
Okay, and we're working on glass.
That's correct.
Will it go on any other form of anything else?
Well, you can put it on plexiglass if you don't want to use glass, or it can go on other surfaces. Now, if you don't have something, of course, that's clear, you can get the look of the colors and the foiling, but of course, it's not going to be clear like stained glass is. But you can do it on wood and other things.
But you're going to show us on glass. Is this glass? Or
this piece that I have right here, this is a piece of glass. This is a piece of plexiglass. Now, what I've done is I have my pattern, and I'm putting it underneath, and then I'm going to take a black Sharpie marker, and I have traced my design, on my piece of glass or my piece of plexiglass. This is my design.
A Sharpie marker. Is that
Sharpie marker.
Does that matter what we draw it on here?
Well, actually, we just want a marker. If you use a water-based marker, it will, you can't draw on glass or plastic because it'll roll right off. So a permanent marker, but then you can take Windex and it'll come off. Okay. Now, when you're going to use a piece of glass, something important is put some masking tape around the edges so that you don't get cut, and it's just easier to work with. Now, I have drawn this on the top of this, but I'm going to work on the back. Okay. So my actual marker is on the front of my glass.
And we do that so we can get it off later.
That's right. Now, I'm going to kind of give you a little secret here. This is one of our tips. Some of the books will have you do the foiling first and then do the tissue paper. I really found that that's the backwards way to do it. And that's only because when you put your foiling glue on there and then you have it flat on your surface, it's going to stick. So I think it's much easier to do our tissue paper first, okay? Now, what we're going to do, lots of fun tissue paper. And if you do want to use colored things, I mean, you could use colored, like the print tissue paper also, okay? What we're going to do, and I'm going to let you do this, we're going to use a collage glue, which is really kind of like just a tacky type glue. And we are going to color in the surface of our pattern with the glue.
And a paintbrush.
Right. I have cut the patterns for this about 1/4 of an inch bigger than each space. Now, with your pattern or with your drawing on there, you're going to have those lines because you're going to take this paper and you're going to kind of scrunch it in.
Okay, I'm going to have to see what you're talking about. How thick do we do the glue?
What you have right there is fine. Just a good, it's going to dry clear, so it really doesn't matter.
All right.
Okay. So now we're going to put our pattern down.
Good. I wanted to ask about the glue. Do we have to use specifically this collage glue?
Well, it's made specifically for this. I haven't tried something else. Okay.
So stick to that.
Right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to scrunch that paper
to fit that.
To fit that pattern.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's what we're going to do with all of our pieces. Okay, and I have one done here that I'm going to show you that we have all of those little pieces put into that.
So it doesn't matter that it looks squished.
No, because that gives you that, right. You know how some of your glasses, you'll see them and they have lines through them, and that gives you that's what you have and you can see on here, because that's just a piece of tissue paper in the back. So what we've done, I'm going to turn this over a second.
This is the back side that we were working on.
Right, and we put all of our little pieces on, and then when we were all done, we took a solid piece of white, and you can see it's just all scrunched up. We just put a nice big thick coat of glue and put it on there, okay? So now we have our picture on there. The next thing we want to do is after we have, and we're just going to turn this over and pretend like this is done, there is a 3D foiling glue, okay? And that's what this is. And now what I want you to do, and I just
look what happened. Wait a second.
It all over.
Wait, here, I've got this always ready.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
What I want you to do now is I want you to outline every place that you put. Now, of course, you're going to see we don't have that scrunched in. We're going to pretend like it's done right
here because
you're going to draw right on your lines.
Oh, look what I did. I've got a really thick.
That's all right, because
line.
you're going to have a thick, every place where that is where your foiling is going to go, so that's fine.
All right.
Now, if you don't want to remove your marker, you don't have to. It just makes you a great pattern. If you want to, you wipe it off, because this is going to dry clear, and you're not going to see the marker underneath it, because, of course, you're putting the foil on top of it. Okay? If you make a mess, let's say you just really didn't like the way you did this, just wash it off while it's still wet, and clean your glass again.
Okay, so we outline everything with this kind of glue.
That's
and
correct.
then it dries clear. And we
now,
have
you're
that
going to have
here.
to wait. It's going to take about 24 hours for it to dry clear. And if you don't wait long enough, when you put the foil down on it, it's going to pick the glue up off your glass.
So it really has to be, okay, it really has to be dry.
Now, this has been dry for, quite a while. But 24 hours, it'll be
24
clear.
hours.
And you can foil on it. And then what I want you to do, and the foil comes, you can use any kind of foiling. You can even use gold leaf if you wanted to. Any kind of the foilings that they sell, that we sell at the craft
And it comes
stores.
in different colors.
Comes in different
silver,
colors.
gold.
And so all you're going to do is you're going to lay it down and you're going to press really hard
wherever the glue
is.
See,
and
I
you're
can
going to really
feel
want to
it's
get
like
down in
right
it
there.
with your...
Like this.
Right.
And then lift it up.
And when you peel it away, every place that's been... Now, I will tell you that it's not sticking as well on here because this has been dried for a little while.
Yeah, so you want it to be dry but still a little tacky.
Right. The fresher the glue is, the better that foil is going to start to do that.
Yeah. And we can see that you have some other examples here. And as you said, we can do it on other surfaces. It's just not going to be clear through and look like this.
That's right.
But I want you all to look at the fireplace because this is gorgeous.
This is just done with we did it in 3 sections, and we used frames that we bought at the Michael store. Did our pattern on it and did it exactly the same way as we did it on here, and made a fireplace screen. You could do it with a big window, if you wanted to do it on your door at home.
Yeah, that's great. Ooh, good ideas. I'm going to have to practice on this kind of stuff. It looks very good and easier than stained glass.
It is.
All right, thanks, Joanne.
You're welcome.
And next up on Our Home, Dick DeBartolo returns with travel contraptions that make globe-trotting fun. Stay with us.
If you like Our Home, you'll love the Our Home newsletter. 26 issues per year packed with recipes, decorating ideas, and other useful information from our show. Subscribe now by calling 1-800-614-7878, and you'll receive as a free gift our exclusive booklet of Heloise's favorite hints. Or send a check or money order for $29.95 to Our Home Newsletter, P.O. Box 7431, Red Oak, Iowa, 51591-0431.
Imagine a dishwasher with a self-cleaning filter that makes hand-rinsing your dishes obsolete. Imagine, too, if that same dishwasher held more knives and forks and adjusted to handle whatever you needed to clean. And if it could do all of this quietly, it would be this dishwasher, Kenmore, proven to clean better than any other. Shouldn't you consider the brand that's already at work in over 1 out of 2 homes in America? Kenmore. Come see the innovative side of Sears.
However you like to save money, you'll save big with Love's because our price is low. How low? You better sit down. It's like having a coupon every day. Love's just loves to save you money.
The message comes from deep in the Australian desert, straight onto the American bestseller list. A woman's mystical journey that will change your world. Mutant Message Down Under by Marlo Morgan. The message is for you.
Last season, Clark Kent asked Lois Lane life's most important question.
Lois, will you marry me?
Clark.
This season, after thinking about it all summer, Lois answers Clark with a simple yes or no.
Come on, when is the last time Lois answered anything with a simple yes or no?
The most supercharged love story of all returns to ABC. The season premiere of Lois and Clark.
How does the almond get into Hershey's Kisses with almonds? Little Hershey's Kisses with almonds. Big chocolate taste. The road doesn't always rise to meet you. The wind isn't always at your back.
So for energy, always rely on a low-fat, highly nutritious Power Bar.
Sleep deprivation. 70 million Americans have experienced it, but you don't have to. Try Maximum Strength Sleep and All Soft Gels with the sleep aid preferred by 7 out of 10 doctors. Sleep and All Soft Gels help you fall asleep fast.
Monday on Our Home, Carol Duvall shows how to make pop-up cards and how to marbleize anything the easy way.
Beautiful do-it-yourself wall painting techniques, plus much more. So join us Monday on Our Home.
Depending on how you look at it, traveling can either be a treat or a chore. But if it's a treat you crave, our next guest says to pack your bags with the latest in travel gadgets designed to make the miles fly by.
Get away from it all.
I can't believe those miles are going to fly by.
You're gonna believe this stuff. This is fabulous. Here is the author of Good Days and Mad, Dick DeBartolo. Dick, hey, we're
good
here.
I swear your mustache has grown since the last time you were here. It has.
He's been traveling. It's all those air miles. It keeps blowing it.
That must be it.
Hey, your GizWiz has some neat travel. I hate to travel, but I travel only because I like to carry this stuff with me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I can't, all right.
This is brand new. It's really neat. It's like the world's smallest suitcase. It's called Stuffed Shirt. It's for the person, the businessman, going away just for a night. It holds a single shirt. To keep the collar from folding over, it has a little compartment into which you put your underwear, and you can roll up a pair of socks. There's a little stiffener inside there to keep it from getting wrinkled, and a place to slide your tie down in there. Then this one is called Stuffed Shirt Plus, because attached to the bottom is everything you need.
No, Dick, please, I can't stand this anymore. A businesswoman could use this too, because you could put your blouse in here.
I know,
and
politically,
we need all of this
politically
stuff too.
correct.
We use the
She makes a good point.
All right, she makes
And the price is right, right? What's this thing right?
Okay, it comes in canvas. It comes in executive leather too. And this is stuffed shirt without. This is
without the
not the plastic.
This is just the shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
How much? The stuffed shirt. They run $80 to $100.
Not bad. Very compact, though. I like that
it's
one a
really
lot.
neat. This is
What
really
else
neat.
do we have
This is
here?
called Take Along. You know, you have a wet umbrella, or you don't want to take an umbrella with you because it messes everything up. This is neat. So you take your umbrella, you put it on, take it, you roll, take it up.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Then you take your attaché case, your suitcase. Women can use it on pocketbooks. You put it through the handle. And
that's nice.
Ta-da!
And women can use it on briefcases too, Dick.
Women can use it. And you know what else is really great? If you're carrying posters, anything else like that, you can slide the umbrella.
Use the cylinder for
you can use the cylinder.
Yeah, and you could use that for one of the long ones too.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, you can. And it's just coming on the market. It's like $8.
And you could put the stuffed shirt in the briefcase and really be compact.
Ta-da!
He's thinking.
And leave room for
See?
your papers. Okay, so I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to take my sports seat and walk even further. All right, you know, you have to wait a long time at the airport. Well, first of all, if you're elderly, you could use this as a cane. But when you want a place to sit, this is from the Magellan's catalog. It weighs less than 2 pounds, but it holds 250 pounds.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
that's pretty
Can you sit the other way? Or do
No,
you have
you're
to
supposed to
that
sit with the
way?
handle. You're supposed to face the handle,
So,
okay?
Or else you could
if
fall
I'm wearing
off
a
or something.
skirt, that's not going to really go, will it?
Probably
that a
not.
problem?
Okay, this is
That's one item that women have a problem with.
inflatable backrest from the Magellan's catalog. You just
This is a
unscrew
backrest?
a backrest. You unscrew it until it gets to the stiffness that you want. You know, for the airplane seat instead of the big
I
pillow.
see. Or
Then
a train
when it's
or
the
a
way
bus
you
or
want it,
whatever.
you close it.
Right.
You put it down. You want to have a seat there?
And you can inflate this
You
thing
can inflate
too?
it more if you want. If that's not enough,
let's see here.
you can lean forward
a little higher, Dick.
Very nice.
Okay.
Could you bring me something to drink, please?
Okay, now,
he's pushing it now.
I'm wearing some travel clothing from the Orvis catalog. A couple of neat things about this. It's supposed to be wrinkle-proof. I rolled it up in the cab on the way here to show. But it has a zippered pocket, a long zippered pocket, so you can actually put an airline ticket in and zip it closed, which is really good. And on this side, we have another pocket big enough for a passport. No one will ever see my age. That's why I keep that.
Extra size.
No, never. And finally, promise? Okay. Okay,
what's left here?
Promise. You're wearing long pants on the plane. You're getting off in Florida, and it's 90 degrees, and you feel dopey because you're wearing long pants.
Come a little forward so they can see
we
that.
have the zip-off pants. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. You bring it all the way around.
I have to admit, I do know a fella that had these.
Ta-da, ta-da, da 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 da.
And the socks, they go. Oh my! Listen,
that's a neat idea. In other words, if it's
that's growing
cool,
it back. Great. These are that bad.
And you can cool off, and you can't even see the zipper when you fold it down like that.
It's really great.
Dick, you got to make sure if you're going to take those off that you know what kind of socks you're wearing, because I don't know if that's really it's an in thing.
Every time I come, I do one thing wrong.
No, that's all right.
I thought it was going to be different when you were here, but I say it's not.
Nothing changes here. But you know what? The price is right on all of this stuff. This is great.
And all the information will be in the newsletter.
In the newsletter?
Terrific.
Thanks.
Okay, come again and visit us, okay? See if I can unzip something here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Stay with us for expert advice on family cruises. We'll be right back. I was talking about my pants here.
Okay. I was worried.
Yeah.
Be it ever so comfortable a place to be. Rooms filled with laughter, love, and memories.
At Lazy Boy, we make the chairs, sofas, love seats, and more that turn your favorite rooms into a home.
Lazy Boy, we make the rooms that make a home.
For a free decorating guide, call us at 1-800-MAKE-A-HOME.
Ready, set.
One's fairway to heaven.
It's a weekend of eagles, birdies, and hooties.
We'll fly one winner and a guest to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. You'll get VIP tickets to the welcome party, the exclusive Fairway to Heaven concert, and the golf tournament.
It's VH1's Fairway to Heaven.
For your chance to enter,
come to the following Joseph A. Bank at 46th and Madison, where value is the common thread.
Invite one of America's favorite actors into your home on pay-per-view.
Halt! You never use it.
He's a ladies' man.
You're in love with me.
He's a man's man.
Up yours, Raymer.
Nobody does it better than Paul Newman.
How about you and me go out there and get ourselves naked?
Okay. He's nobody's fool and everyone's hero.
I grow on people.
See Paul Newman in Nobody's Fool at home on pay-per-view.
Biggers and Summers. Today at 11, live on Lifetime.
Hi, everyone. Today in our home, all you need to know about buying and caring for leather furniture and dressing for 9 months, a maternity fashion show, plus how to keep kids safe in the supermarket.
Hey, sounds good. Also today, a delicious low-fat recipe for apple coffee cake, plus wacky toys to entertain both kids and their parents. First up, the decorative technique of combing. I'm Bonnie Montgomery.
And I'm Ernie Maddest. Come on into our home.
Thanks for joining us today. With a little combing and brushing and color, you can improve your appearance.
Hair, you think of it as a place where you go and relax and you do your shopping. I don't know how relaxing it can be sometimes, but nevertheless, you don't think of it as a dangerous place, and yet the statistics are really frightening, aren't they?
Yes, thousands of young children are hurt every year in supermarkets, and for the most part, it doesn't have to happen. If parents were more aware of the danger areas, they could prevent these accidents.
What is it? I mean, what is it that makes the supermarket such a dangerous place for children?
Well, what we've done is we've gone into the supermarket and we have looked at the supermarket from our adult viewpoint, and then we've shot video from the child's eye. Let's look at the first danger area.
Yeah, there are 4 areas that we're looking at today, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's...
First danger area, let's go to the automatic doors when you walk into the supermarket.
Okay, this is the first thing that we look at. Here you go.
We take it for granted. We walk right through the doors. We want to get in and out of the supermarket quickly. We really don't think about it. Now, look at that automatic door from a child's view. Look at the hinge right there, because a child's fingers could get caught in that. Think about the child getting disoriented, standing in front of the other door and being hit by the door when someone walks out of the store.
Right. So let the child go first?
Always let the child go first. Parents who let a child trail them are asking for a problem, a potential serious injury to their child. Move your child in front of you. It's very simple.
Okay, so that's the first area of danger, okay?
Yes.
Let's go to the second area right now and walk us through this.
Second area are product displays. Let's take a look at the first one. The first product display is a produce display. We're trying to pick the nicest melon. It doesn't look dangerous to us, but it's ominous from a child's point of view. Look at that. Those melons can come rolling down and injure the child. Let's also look at the typical display of cans and boxes and bottles. We take it for granted. If we knock one over, no problem. Now look at it from a child's point of view. It's a mountain ready to topple over and could cause them serious injury.
Boy, that clearly sets it up for us, doesn't it? You know, from our perspective and then from the child and the dangers that exist right there. Very interesting.
Child bumps a bottom can or pulls the bottom can out, it comes over. So you have to watch where your child is walking if they're walking beside you next to the shopping cart.
Absolutely. Martin, let's take a look at the third area now that you want to address, okay? Let's
Mechanical
take a look at the
equipment. We take it for granted when we open up a refrigerated case and reach for an item, there's no danger involved. But look at it from the child's point of view, right down at about a foot above floor level. Those louvers are open, and a child can put their hand in.
Hands right in there.
Reach for mechanical equipment, reach into electrical equipment, and be seriously hurt.
Kids are curious. I mean, you know, and God love them for being so curious, but that's the danger. You have to always be aware of the fact that they could put their hands someplace where they don't belong.
Exactly.
This is what parents have to be thinking about. Now, we have to think about something else, and that is what you have described as the fourth area of danger, and perhaps the most dangerous.
That is the most dangerous, and that is the shopping cart. We all take it for granted. We have a shopping cart here. Let's go over and take a look.
Okay? Yep. Now, this has been set up here so that you could demonstrate to us, you know, what to look for, what some of the dangers are when you're in the supermarket. Okay, now we have a little baby in the cart.
In almost every aisle, to the right, to the left, we have bright colored packages, we have candy. That child sees them, boosts a leg up, reaches for that bright package, and then tumbles from the cart.
Exactly.
Last year, 24,000 children were seriously injured in falls from shopping carts.
24,000.
And they went to emergency rooms at hospitals, and that's how we got the statistics.
Okay, so
now,
we want to keep them in there, right?
Yes, what we
make
can
sure
do is look for the cart that's equipped with the child safety belt, and then be sure to buckle your child in. But not every cart has a belt.
That's right. There's no law or anything like that.
Not at all. And one thing a parent can do is they can buy a belt and keep it with them. It's a very simple, small. They just wrap it around. Now, what if you do if you left your belt home? What you do is you take the belt off of your pants. Okay.
That's right. That'll do it.
And you wrap it around your child.
Right.
Okay. But only half of the injuries, Ernie, are to a child sitting in the child seat. Let's look at a child who is allowed to be in the cart itself.
That happens a lot, Martin. They put the children right in the front.
Yes. The mother sees the sale on cereal, stops the cart short, and the child falls over. And then there's the child that says, "Mom, can I have a ride?" And says, "Can I have a ride?" And they don't realize the more we stack up merchandise in the cart, the top heavier it gets, and even a small child can take a cart over just like that.
There's a tendency to think that, you know, you're taking your child to the supermarket and it's a ride. You're going to an amusement park without realizing the dangers you're pointing out here. At what age, what's the greatest risk for the children?
The greatest risk is between the ages of 8 months and 3 years. Actually, that's the age that they're at most at danger.
Okay, I want to do a little recap right now because we want to make sure that we check this over one more time. Let's take a look at the screen so that people at home can understand what we're talking about here, specifically the supermarket safety points. Yes. You point them out, Martin.
Watch for the automatic doors. Move your child in front of you. Keep your child away from the floor displays. Don't let them bump them or pull cans from the display. Beware of mechanical equipment. If they're looking down at the louvers, move them away. Last, make sure that in a grocery cart, there's some kind of a belt restraining that child so you can feel comfortable looking for the items on your shopping list. And there's one more thing, Ernie. If you have a choice, leave your child at home.
Better off leaving the child at home.
Yes.
Going on your own.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you can do that, right? If not, make sure you take these precautions.
Always watch.
Martin, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you.
certainly hope it helps everyone.
Yes.
We'll be back with more. Stay with us now for a healthy recipe for apple coffee cake coming up.
If you like Our Home, you'll love the Our Home newsletter. 26 issues per year packed with recipes, decorating ideas, and other useful information from our show. Subscribe now by calling 1-800-614-7878. And you'll receive as a free gift our exclusive booklet of Heloise's favorite hints. Or send a check or money order for $29.95 to Our Home Newsletter, Post Office Box 7431, Red Oak, Iowa 51591-0431.
Be natural, don't act. Just be yourself.
Every time you pick up Color Prints processed at Target, you get a shot at winning a 7-day cruise for 2 aboard Norwegian Cruise Line. It's part of the Moonlight and Valentino sweepstakes. A chance to turn your precious memories into a dream come true.
It's 10 o'clock at night. What are you doing?
Painting.
In the moonlight.
Take your film to Target now through October 7th and see what develops in the moonlight. Moonlight and Valentino opens in theaters September 29th.
Imagine a dishwasher with a self-cleaning filter that makes hand-rinsing your dishes obsolete. Imagine, too, if that same dishwasher held more knives and forks and adjusted to handle whatever you needed to clean. And if it could do all of this quietly, it would be this dishwasher, Kenmore, proven to clean better than any other. Shouldn't you consider the brand that's already at work in over 1 out of 2 homes in America? Kenmore. Come see the innovative side of Sears.
I tried this bath bar because I'm just wild about lather.
Oil of Olay bath bar is full of moisture-rich lather.
And this is meaningful lather, full of moisture. These bubbles actually do something.
Unlike soap, it helps hold moisture in, so skin isn't just softer, its condition and texture are actually improved.
Incredible lather and incredible skin, all for just the price of a beauty bar.
Hold on to moisture with Oil of Olay bath bar.
Hey, it's the only skin that I'm ever gonna have. I better take care of it.
Don't miss a beat. Hit the newsstand now for TV Guide and get a sneak preview of 35 of your favorite shows. Go! TV Guide. It's the best writing on television.
You know what I hate? Pain. That's why I love Aspercream. And now I love Aspercream even more. You know why? It's got aloe to soothe my skin. When I get minor muscle aches, I just rub an Aspercream right where it hurts. I get fast relief and it lasts for hours. Lucky for me, Aspercream is odor-free. You think I want to smell like a medicine chest? Hey, next time you have pain, try Aspercream with aloe. Why live with pain? You're going to love it. Aspercream does not contain aspirin.
It's stars, it's surprises, it's live, it's Biggers and Summers, Lifetime's new talk show starring Biggers and Summers.
I find that a real turn on.
Mark Summers and Sissy Biggers. They've got a slew of your favorite famous faces, chart toppers, and super surprises. Buffo. And it's all live, so you can get in on the act too.
We go to the phones on that?
You're live on the air. Biggers and Summers, live on Lifetime. Watch and see what everybody's talking about.
Today at 11, live on Lifetime.
Healthy eating isn't just a passing fad, it's a way of life. But healthy doesn't have to mean tasteless, and our next guest is going to prove it with her low-fat and delicious apple coffee cake. She's the author of Healthy Homestyle Cooking, nutritionist Evelyn Triboli. Hey, thanks. Good to see you again, Evelyn.
Thank you, thank you.
So you're going to make sure that we're eating healthy.
Oh, and tasty, tasty, tasty is such the key. It's got to taste good. And I have here a favorite recipe of mine. It's an apple coffee cake, and oh, it's to die for.
Really? Okay, now I know you have a family with kids. Did they like it?
Yes.
Okay, that's always the test.
Yeah.
Do the kids like it? Okay, so what you do is take recipes and then you figure out a way that we can have it with lower fat, lower calories, lower cholesterol, and just more health.
It's like, where can you cut the fat and not miss it? And then if it's got fat in there, I want to taste it. So those are the two things I go by.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now you have 3 ways in this recipe that we are going to do that. So let's take a look at those because we have a list of them for you.
Okay.
And the first one?
Well, one of the first things you do is instead of using whole eggs, you can use egg whites instead. In fact, a general rule of thumb is in a recipe, for each whole egg, you can substitute 2 egg whites, and it works beautifully. In fact, you cut 5 grams of fat that way, and over 213 milligrams of cholesterol for each yolk.
Wow.
So yeah, it can make a big difference.
Okay.
In this recipe, we also reduce the amount of sugar, but to enhance the perception of sweetness, I increase the amount of cinnamon, and you'll oh, and it smells so good, it's going to drive you crazy.
Good.
And then here's a good example of wanting to taste the fat. Nuts are really fatty, but they add so much flavor and so much texture. I thought, oh, I have to get rid of them. We'd be missing it. We'd be crying boohoo tears. So we still kept some in there, and you taste them.
Okay,
so we just reduce
good.
the amount.
Okay, so those are the things in this recipe that we can do, and I like that idea of the eggs. I didn't know that. So here, let's see some drama. What do you call this?
Nutrition drama.
Nutrition drama.
That's right. So look at the before.
Yeah. Okay, this is a regular apple cinnamon cake.
Right. 617 calories before per serving, not the whole cake, per serving.
Oh my
35 grams of fat. 53 milligrams of cholesterol. Now let's take a look at the after. Oh, here's the drama. Look at this. 320 calories. The calories are cut in half, and the fat now is only 4 grams of fat per serving.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Well, what is it that makes those so fattening?
Well, in this particular recipe, it was the amount of walnuts and the egg yolks. It was just incredible. Yeah.
All right, let's see, and then we'll give it the taste test.
Okay, here we go. So this will be so easy. What I'm going to do first is we're just going to add all our dry ingredients to a bowl, and let me tell you what these are here.
Okay.
We have some all-purpose flour. Oh, you know what? Here's a little nutrition trick I did. You can just start stirring it around. I also added a little bit of whole wheat flour in this, just to add a little bit of fiber, a little nutrition. No one even knows, and there you go. It's spiking it without telling them. Then we add a little bit of sugar here, about 3/4 of a cup, and then the wonderful spices. We add the cinnamon.
Okay, that 3/4 of a cup. Now, normally it would be a lot more.
A lot more. It's like around a cup.
So we have more cinnamon, less sugar,
and then some baking powder. And now we have all our dry ingredients together, and then we did a really shortcut here.
Okay.
The next step is we get the egg whites. What I did here with the egg whites is, you know, sometimes with fat-free or low-fat cooking, the products come out so gummy. Yeah. But I find if you beat the egg whites up until they're really, you know, nice and thick like this, see that? It looks like a pudding.
Very thick.
It has a nice texture. It's not real gummy that way. It adds air and it tastes really good.
So really beat those eggs up.
Really beat them up. There you go. Work out those calories. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you stir while we do this. You add about 1/4 of the flour mixture here, and you just work it in really good there.
Folding or just really going
at it? This part you can really go at. In fact, if you want to use a hand mixer at home, that's absolutely fine. But, you know, I didn't want to shout.
Yeah, you don't want to shout over top
stir
of
it up.
And again, like you said, more calories when we stir ourselves.
That's right. So now here we do with the folding. Now I'm going to add this in, and we just fold in lightly these ingredients, but, you know, have fun. There you go. So you fold in the flour, and you go, and you go, and you go.
Stir, stir.
Yeah, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some of this applesauce here. So just keep on stirring in.
Applesauce. Now, you could get applesauce with less sugar or no sugar, can't
That's right, that's right.
Do you want to use that or just regular applesauce?
You know what? I like to use the regular applesauce without the sugar because you can't even tell the difference, so you might as well. And here's a little bit of vanilla. Boy, I'm really working you hard here, and I'm just standing here.
Oh, that's right.
Go,
I love stirring. This is my favorite job.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold in the raisins, the walnuts. And by the way, if you're really a walnut fan, if you want to toast them ahead of time in the oven, it'll really bring out a great flavor here. Right. And here's something else that really adds some moisture, and that's the chopped apples. There we go. We've already had them all peeled and chopped. And
do you have any tips for how you can do the chopping and the peeling and the coring of an apple? Because that's the part I don't like.
Get your husband to do it.
Hey, there you go.
Or your kids, or your boyfriend, or whoever.
That tip,
you know, that's what I do. Whenever they want me to make a pie or something with apples, I have him do it, and so do the kids.
I like it. So they feel like, hey, if you want this dish, you have to help out.
Right. Although, but it's not really that much trouble to do. Just use a little Paris thing. But one tip I do have to pass on is if you're going to, not be working straight at this, you might want to just throw in a little bit of lemon juice or orange juice to prevent it from turning brown.
Oh, your apples.
Hey, you did a great job.
All right, here we go.
Just thunk this off.
This is a bundt pan.
into the pan. You can use a bundt pan, or in this case, like a little tube pan. I already sprayed it ahead of time with some vegetable spray so it doesn't stick there.
All right.
There you go. If I had a thing, here, I do have a thing. Wait. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
And we have the oven preheated to 350. And now we're going to bake it for an hour. So I'm going to go put this in the magic oven. And you know why it's magic, of course. Because
it'll be done.
Product. Here we go.
And we're going to see what it looks like. But you've already made one also, so we can see the presentation.
Yeah, isn't that look great?
Yes,
presentation is everything.
Join
and by
me
the
with
way,
this,
as
yes.
one thing with tasting I always like to recommend is as you're tasting and serving a wonderful dessert or food, don't tell them it's low in fat. Let them taste it, let them ooh over it, and then you tell them what the secret of it is
All
in this
right.
particular case.
Now, would I let this cool for a while after I take it out of the oven?
Sure, otherwise it can get kind of, it needs to set up a little bit, otherwise it might be a little bit mushy. So,
okay.
yeah.
And then, do you recommend serving this with someone, Serve it with someone you love.
You know, that sounds kind of nice.
But do we want to do like a low-fat yogurt thing, or
you could if you want to, but
major
you know what?
ice cream deal on this?
This tastes so good. I think it tastes great by itself. But you tell me
taste
what
test.
you think.
Here we go. Seriously, this is very
This is
good.
really good. I'll tell you, make a lot of friends with this too.
I really like this because sometimes, you know, regular coffee cakes, they are just too heavy. And I think it's all that buttery, fatty stuff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is just a great recipe. And grab a pencil and some paper, and please write this down. It is fabulous. And coming up next on Our Home, wacky and wonderful toys.
Look, I just invented something amazing. New 2000 flushes, blue plus bleach. Powerful blue detergent plus stain-fighting chlorine bleach. 2 cleans in 1 for up to 4 months. New 2000 flushes, blue plus bleach. 2 cleans in 1.
It's a natural fact moms of every stripe or spot want to feed their kids the best. So it's only natural they were glad to appear on each pack of Dan and Danimals, the deliciously creamy yogurt kids are wild about. It was a seal of approval because calcium-rich Danimals have no artificial anything, no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, and part of each purchase helps support the National Wildlife Federation. Yep, like birds of a feather, moms flock to good foods like Dan and Danimals.
Taste why it's Dana.
The road doesn't always rise to meet you. The wind isn't always at your back. So for energy, always rely on a low-fat, highly nutritious power bar.
I'm here at New Lots, where even the toughest greasy pots and pans are no match for new Ultra Ivory. Even with a little bit, no other liquid cuts tough grease better than Ultra Ivory. Try it in your kitchen. And if you're not satisfied, hey, we'll refund your money. Thanks.
She's Daddy's little girl, and she shares America's best-kept secret. Who's going to believe her? Who's going to help her? And how will she make it stop?
If it wasn't you, who else had a reason to kill your father?
I never meant to kill him.
I did it because I love you.
Mike Farrell, Sally Struthers, a true story.
Not guilty.
A deadly silence.
Today at 2 p.m., 1 Central, here on Lifetime.
It's Handmade by Design. Today at 1, only on Lifetime.
Parents know a lot of things, I'll tell you that. And if there's one thing a parent knows, your kids love wacky stuff. And when you're talking toys, the wackier the better, right?
And if it's wacky that you want, our next guest has got it. Here with, I'm knocking stuff over already. Here with some of the zaniest, most irresistible toys available is the author of Good Days and Mad, the Gizmo Wizard, Dick DeBartolo. Hi, Dick. I'm knocking stuff over.
This is the kind of stuff that's meant to be knocked over.
So.
This is called Gerber Talking Baby. This little girl, when you touch her hand, or she announces the body part you touch, But what's fun is when you click it, when the child gets a little older, click it to the second position.
Hold my hand.
It makes a little sentence.
No.
Oh,
she kissed.
She kisses.
Wow.
Okay, almost got
What
arrested.
about the foot? What happens?
The foot?
Tickle my foot.
Tickle my foot. And then it plays a little follow me game. She's cute. This is called Bubble Tunes. Here, have a bubble tune.
Okay.
Have a bubble tune. What we do is
This looks cool.
we dip this in this stuff, push the bottom button, and we blow bubbles. And you can.
Lawrence Well could have used this. I'll tell you that.
Let's blow a lot of bubbles. I'll tell you what.
There you go.
Try and hit.
Cute, but I hate that music.
Yeah, look at that. This is great.
Okay.
Charge.
Oh my
Every
goodness.
time,
a football game.
Every time you hit this, it makes a little sound.
my.
So the object is to. Okay, wait. We have to reset this. We have to reset this. Okay, this is Domino Pathmaker. You like to play knockdown dominoes?
Yeah,
This
let's do
machine will set them up for you. Okay, let's start.
Everything is automated these days. You know what? Even
And
toys.
what's amazing about these guys,
They pick them up.
they come with little gears so you can set different patterns that you want.
Right.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll shut this off. And
Let me do this, okay?
all right, well, oh yeah, turn that one on. But when it comes time to knock them down, we have a little catapult here to start. Put a little marble up here.
Gosh.
There you go. But of
All
course,
right.
you can. It comes with 300 dominoes.
All right,
In
so
these
we
little
get-
towers. So
Hopefully it'll entertain the kids for at least
Okay.
5
Right.
seconds.
These dominoes don't talk, right?
This is fun. This is called Peanut Panic. Now, you spin this little guy. When your color is at the arrow, you move it to the colored dot of your playing piece.
Like Candyland.
Yes, exactly. But when you get to on, it means you have to push the little peanut chef's hat. Come on, little chef. And you are now in this person. You see, he's going to pick you up and carry you back to the start line again. Now, this is one of the toys that made it into the
But he
Duracell toy survey.
So he'll leave someone on
He'll
the board
leave someone
to
on
play.
the board, but everybody who goes back there has to start over
So
again.
while this is going on, the kids are yelling, not me,
Not me. And there's a little gear in there that'll change it every time he goes around the board.
That's great.
Okay, so
So,
this is very good.
Peanut Panic, and if people want to know if it made it into the survey, you call 1-800-BEST.
Oh, here comes some of my favorite stuff here, Dick. You know,
Yes.
This goes
Do you
back a
remember?
way.
Do you remember?
What, are you bringing it all back
Yes.
What
here?
is this?
Look at this.
It is.
Key.
Oh,
yeah.
no fun at all.
Yuck. Kids love that
Yucky stuff. Spilled lipstick. You know, you put this on someone's new furniture and you fake them out. The squirting. Flower.
It works.
The hand buzzer. The
What is
stick-on bolts.
Yeah.
You know, I think I have a screw loose.
Good for Halloween.
The little. You know what this is for?
No.
This is when someone gets a new car. It looks like they have scratches on the car.
Oh, I wanna
or,
see that
Or
on the
there's
car. That's funny.
a bullet
Right.
hole through the window.
Oh,
I like
gosh.
this, Dick.
What is
Okay,
that?
It looks like a normal pencil, doesn't it? Take a
You give
look here, folks. Sorry about that.
And this must be the original thing, you know, about
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
something with
right.
like that, huh?
You put your finger in either side,
Go
and
ahead,
of course
try it.
kids
You can't get out now, do you?
Kids
how do you-
can't.
how-
you know the
how
trick?
do
You know how to get out of it?
You have to push it
Right.
toward the.
Push it toward.
You're dating yourself, there, Dick.
I read that in a book just an hour ago.
Yeah.
I have to
No, your
remove
fingers,
my
you have to
bolts
use
from my
the large
head.
fingers.
There you go.
Fingers
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
pranksters, and
Right.
it's all the old guys.
You're gonna get stuck in that. I'll tell you that. Hey, wait a minute. Here's
What's
the old.
that? Oh, that's cute.
The stick of gum.
Yeah.
But you know what? They've
Try it.
sort of been merciful. The little spring is much less. You know, in the old days, you used to like really catch
Oh, it
someone.
would
That's like
snap.
a
You'd feel
mouse
it.
trap.
You'd
I
feel it.
don't
And also the
even-
old buzzer here, too, right?
I missed all these. I don't remember these.
You don't remember any of these?
But they're still around.
Well, here's something you.
I can't get to
There you go. Wait a minute, Bob. We
you
got to
do
help
this?
you out.
Oh, it's-
Hold on here. Wait a second. It works. It works.
Young.
How about
She
this?
doesn't know any of these things.
Hey, Dick, show me how
the
that
squirt-
works.
I didn't fill it.
That was
but
before my
it's-
time.
Oh,
It's the
okay, good,
squirting
good.
soda
Watch
kit.
out. Oh,
I
this
put-
looks like fun.
This is called Zoom Ball. You put one on. You put one on, and then the object is to throw. Well, you throw the ball and see if Bonnie can
Okay.
catch it in her.
Are you
well,
ready?
No, from your hand.
Like so.
Yeah, no.
So you
Take it in your
throw.
hand. Throw it. See if you can get it in the monkey's.
Oh, terrific.
Right.
Give me a shot.
See if you get the duck. Hey! Oh, further in.
Quack, quack. Oh, that's cute, Dick.
It's called Zoo Ball, and it's $20. You get the two catcher things, and
Cute.
that's all right.
I like
that's right.
it.
And
Oh, Dick, and
my book, Good Days and Mad, is coming out or is out in a giant-sized paperback form.
Well, all right. Thank you for bringing these in. I think this is my favorite.
Give me that little bar thing over there. I'd like to bring that home, okay? Kids will have a lot of fun with that. Thank you very much. We'll be back with more of Our Home in just a moment. This will go over big, I want you to know.
A promotional fee has been provided by Broyhill's 18th century-inspired Chesapeake collection features this Queen Anne dining room. It's crafted with solid cherry, and maple veneers and selected American hardwoods from Broyhill.
Canker sores are torture.
Try Sensiguard and stop pain fast. Sensiguard won't wash off.
Sensiguard stops the pain fast, stops canker sore pain for hours.
New Hazel Essence Witch Hazel shampoos and conditioners gently and thoroughly cleanse your hair and scalp for shiny, healthy-looking hair. Hazel Essence from T.N. Dickinson.
We're like a couple of kids. We're still having fun playing Zoo Ball.
I love puppets. I have loved puppets since I was little. How do you resist them? Oh, there you go. Ooh.
Oh, well, we tried anyway. When you get that ball in there, it makes that
quack. That's right.
We had a great time today. Quack, quack. Thanks for stopping by.
Our door is always open here at Our Home.
Furnishings provided by Ethan Allen Interiors. Everyone's at home with Ethan Allen.
Fund index for that period. The fund has been managed continuously since 1981 by Ken Hebner. For a prospectus, call 1-800-CGM-INFO. CGM Mutual Fund. Outstanding 10-year performance.
Sprint Sense International gives you great rates to countries all over the world. What more could you want?
How about some cash?
Cash would be good. Yes, some cash back.
Presenting Sprint Sense International with something new, cash back. Call now for these simply great rates on calls to countries all around the world. Plus, get rewarded with 10% cash back for every dollar you spend.
For me, that would be at least $100 a year.
Cash back on all my calls to Ireland.
There's no limit to the amount of cash back you can earn. Month after month, you'll see your cash add up, so it pays to stay with Sprint. Call now and we'll even switch you for free.
What about domestic calls?
You'll get cash back on domestic calls, too. And with Sprint Sense International, you'll get a great 10 cents a minute rate on every state-to-state call. So call now.
Cash back would be great.
Good idea.
Cash back. It's one phrase that's understood around the world. Get simply great rates now and 10% cash back every year. Call now. 1-800-227-9879.
Tonight, is danger lurking in your household products? Find out why those bug bombs may be more explosive than you think. And how a mix-up over the wrong license plate landed one driver in hot water with the law. And yet another outrageous example of how the government sends your tax dollars straight down the drain. Hi, everybody. I'm Janice Lieberman, and welcome to Steals and Deals. We are the scam and ripoff show of record, along with the consumer news you can use every day. Up first, they're called insecticide foggers. You may know them as bug bombs. But do you also know how dangerous they can be? Jerry Cobb has an important update to a story we brought you 2 years ago. A story that shows how misuse of these explosive devices can wipe out more than your household pests.
I was just amazed how that it pushed this windows completely out. And
it was yet another terrifying example of the misuse of insecticide foggers. This blast at a Santa Ana, California home for the developmentally disabled caused thousands of dollars in damages and was so powerful it broke every window in the four-bedroom house, literally blew walls open and lifted the entire roof into the air.
Completely separation here. It seemed like it picked up the roof and let it go back down. And this is from...
When we usually go to these instances, there are numerous cans of these foggers that we find exploded. I think the bottom line is when we all fall into this trap, if one is good, then a lot must be better.
Santa Ana Fire Department investigators suspect that as many as 57 cans of foggers were set off in the facility. But homeowner Juanita Stocker claims her daughter used far less.
I would say she put down 3 more than we normally do.
What's the total, do you think?
The total, I think, would be 8.
However, the number of cans used may not have been the biggest mistake.
The biggest mistake was the pilots. What she should have done was turn the pilot off.
It's absolutely a must. You should turn off any open flame. As a matter of fact, you can get a spark when the refrigerator motor kicks on, air conditioning motors. It probably would not be a bad idea to turn off the power in the house to prevent electrical arcing.
Well, I'm just really devastated that it happened, because I didn't know that it could happen.
Although no one was hurt in this incident, others haven't been as lucky. In this blast, for instance, a family of 5 suffered terrible burns over much of their faces and bodies. Unfortunately, in many of these cases, the consumer failed to follow directions and warnings on the can. Meanwhile, we asked Mrs. Stocker what the directions said on her brand of fogger.
Well, I think I'll have to find it. I think it's on the can. It's right here on the can. See that little white writing? It says, put out all flames and pilot lights. It's not where people can see it. It's really small. They should see that this is a hazard, and it should be in big writing so people can see it.
The makers of hotshot foggers told us the wording on their cans is regulated by the EPA, but the company is aware of infrequent explosions and fires involving their product. In fact, they even put an 800 number on the can consumers can use to report such incidents. In Los Angeles, I'm Jerry Cobb for Steals and Deals.
The EPA is pressing for tougher regulations when it comes to insect foggers. The agency wants flammability warnings highlighted to clearly alert you to the dangers. In the meantime, if you plan to use a fogger, don't use more cans than the label suggests. And be sure to turn off all the power in your house and pilot lights from stoves, heaters, and furnaces. Here's something else that can get you in a whole lot of trouble. Vanity plates. You know, the catchy, stylized plates many of you put on your cars. WNBC's Asa Aarons has the story of one New Jersey man who went cruising and landed in jail.
The driver's name is Joey Dean. As for the car, it's officially christened Double G after its owner, Gigi Lax of Rutherford, New Jersey. The Corvette is not the first Double G. The nameplate originally went on Gigi's Toyota MR2. It was stolen last February. The car was never recovered, but she liked the Double G name so much she gave it to the new Corvette. No problem, right? Don't tell that to her friend Joey Dean. She lent him the Corvette Saturday night. It turned out to be a carload of trouble. He was pulled over in Lodi, New Jersey.
Why'd they pull you over? Were you speeding or something? Maybe a little bit.
But a speeding ticket was the least of his problems.
They said you're driving a stolen vehicle. Please step out of the car and put your hands on the hood. And then they frisked me and put the cuffs on me.
The Double G plate was still listed as stolen. The logical assumption, take the car thief into custody.
They took me to the Lodi police station and chained me to the bench.
I'm glad you can laugh about this. Gigi made the midnight trip to bail out her friend.
Joey got out. My car didn't get out.
Lodi police impounded the Double G vet until she could prove the name mix-up. It was finally released Monday morning. A DMV spokesperson told us this comedy of errors could have happened to just about anyone who's ever had a car stolen. If that's you, when getting your new plates, carefully consider your choice of name. Make a change in it. Calling it Double G2 would have avoided the problem. Have them clear your new plate in both local and national car theft computers. Gigi and Joey say they are not angry. The police treated them well, and they were just doing their jobs. For her next car, she plans to change her personalized plate to something like "It's Mine." In New York City, I'm Asa Aarons for Steals and Deals.
Good idea. Well, there are so many ways your tax dollars can be wasted, and government spending on medical expenses is definitely on the list. It's inflating Medicare costs and costing you plenty. NBC's Lisa Myers explains.
Surgical tape, adhesive bandages, gauze, They are the most widely used tools in medicine. Through Medicare, taxpayers spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year on them. But a new report found that much of your money, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, is being wasted because of vague billing and grossly inflated prices.
They're overpaying on the order of a third, but the total amount that's being spent, nobody knows. And that, in fact, is part of the problem.
An investigation by the government's General Accounting Office found that Medicare is reimbursing hospitals and nursing homes for supplies at prices as much as 10 times the wholesale price available to big customers. For one surgical gauze pad, Medicare pays $2.32. The wholesale price, 19 cents. Another government agency, the Veterans Administration, pays only 4 cents. Medicare could get a better deal just about anywhere.
This is one of the few times in life when even paying retail would have saved money. Take this basic adhesive tape, drugstore price $1.47. Medicare paid $2.18, or 50% more. Same story with these big Band-Aids. Together, on these two items alone last year, Medicare wasted more than $4 million.
No one knows exactly how much is wasted overall because the billing system is such a mess.
They don't know when they pay a $30,000 bill whether they're paying there for a very expensive heart pacemaker or for a truckload of 75-cent gauze pads.
That's because both are considered supplies and billed under the same code, 270. GAO investigated a month's worth of these claims and found that 61% of the amount paid out by Medicare should never have been paid. One company billed Medicare for 240 yards of tape per patient per day. We decided to find out how 240 yards of tape would look. So we wrapped someone in the type of tape Medicare was billed for and ran out of body after 140 yards.
We're not running Medicare in a way that gets the most for the taxpayers' dollars.
The agency which oversees Medicare said it's not all its fault. Many price formulas are set by law, and the agency has limited power to lower them.
We have some authority. It's very cumbersome. It usually takes us a year to 2 years.
Cutting out all of the waste and fraud would not solve Medicare's financial troubles, but it would mean smaller cost increases for seniors and one less example of the fleecing of America. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Washington.
And coming up, find out why the government is hot on the trail of these home heaters. They may be deadly. Plus, hooked on city life, we'll tell you why your favorite fish are back in the swim in urban USA. Details when we continue.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, a shareholder and also a director of the Burger Funds. As you start down the road of life, you find yourself juggling some big expenses. No sooner do you master this balancing act than life changes, sending new expenses your way. At the same time, the cost of living, up 225% in the last 20 years, makes it even harder to get where you want to go. That's why the Burger Funds invest in common stocks. Because for these same 20 years, the returns on stocks have stayed well ahead of inflation and just about all other investment vehicles. And during that time, the Burger Funds delivered an impressive long-term performance. Performance that lets you invest with confidence. Call 800-333-1001. We'll send you facts in the no-load Burger Fund, including our minimums, $250 to start, $50 thereafter. Life is a balancing act. Let the Burger Funds help you manage it.
Time management entails prioritizing, synergizing, reorganizing,
Earth to business guru. This is difficult. Well, at least Office Max, the office product superstore, is easy. Over 6,000 office products, including quality brand names like Brother or Office Max brand, at guaranteed low prices that won't make that vein on your accountant's forehead bulge. Free delivery, too. Talk about time management. Office Max, we go to the max for you.
Get your pen ready to put something at the top of your list. Try Investor's Business Daily for 2 weeks free.
Anything having to do with the economy and the confidence level and the employment levels and the leading economic indicators, those are the things that I follow very carefully.
Call now to get this valuable audio tape, 100 Ways to Improve Your Investment Results, plus 2 weeks of Investor's Business Daily free. Call 800-453-1600. Do it now.
Next on Jerry Spence, the clock's ticking in the O.J. Simpson trial and more defense witnesses are on the way. Is the final countdown close at hand? Join Jerry as he goes inside the trial of the century and takes your calls. Next on Jerry Spence.
Tonight, a special primetime lineup on CNBC. At 9, see closing arguments first on Rivera Live. Then it's Charles Grodin at a special time. At 11:30, a report from KNBC in Los Angeles, followed by an encore presentation of Rivera Live. That's tonight on CNBC.
Welcome back. We're always telling you how your government waste is costing you. Well, now you can get something back for it, especially if you're in the market for used office furniture. The government is holding a big auction this Saturday at the Capitol. On the block, solid wood hand-me-downs in walnut, mahogany, and oak. Not to mention hundreds of desks, chairs, bookcases, and filing cabinets. Kind of makes you wonder who's paying for the new office furniture. And here's another deal you shouldn't pass up. This one could save your life. The Turner Corporation is offering a $250 reward if you have a Turner LP 2440 propane gas radiant heater. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the product may have killed 6 people since 1963. The problem? A defective burner that can seep deadly carbon monoxide into your home. If you have the heater, stop using it immediately and call Turner Portable Heater Recall Line. The number to reach them at is 1-800-889-7672. It's 800-889-7672. You know you can protect yourself from carbon monoxide poisoning while you sleep, as well as from other dangers if you have the right safety gadgets. Did somebody say gadgets? Because our gizwiz Dick DeBartolo has some great ideas
like
to help
magic
us out
I
with
appear.
that. Hey!
You know, it's amazing that you were talking about that story. I went to a seminar on carbon monoxide poisoning held this week, especially because it's the beginning of the heating season. And anything that produces heat and burns fossil fuel can produce carbon monoxide. What I didn't know is not only is it deadly, but if you don't die from it, you can suffer brain damage. And not all hospitals are equipped to deal with it. Anyway, this is brand new from First Alert, a carbon monoxide detector. And this is called a 2-stage detector. This is brand new. This will sound off a small alarm when it detects the presence of some carbon monoxide, which means start looking for it. Then, if it gets to a dangerous level, a very loud alarm goes off. And I was amazed to find out only 5% of homes have CO detectors.
Because they're not required.
They're
Don't
not
think
required.
about it.
Chicago, they're required
Oh,
now.
good for them.
But they're coming down in price. They're down, these are going to retail for $40. So
save your life. It's worth
Save
it.
your life. And this is also a very good booklet to get here. Everything you need to know, or most everything you need to know about carbon monoxide poisoning, where it comes from, where to install detectors. And if you call that 800 number on your screen, they'll send you a copy of this and some other
800
info.
News for CO.
Okay, so
good.
that's good. Okay, now,
What is
neat.
this?
You talk about locks. Okay, this is from Kryptonite Company, and it's called, can you see it down there? It's called New York Lock. Because originally, they guaranteed if your bike was stolen, they would give you $1,000. So after they paid out $37,000, they withdrew in New York. They withdrew the guarantee. But now they came out with the New York Lock. And one of the local papers, the New York Post, took a $600 bike, put this on it, chained it to a high crime area, and in 48 hours, no one took the bike.
How about that?
Okay.
We get such a bad rap, but all right, at least we got a good lock.
And we're only like 7 in bike theft. I don't know why we get such a bad... Only 7. But we're trying harder.
Yes.
All right, the same company, Kryptonite, has come up with...
Oh, look, I can't even
I know, can you believe this? This is called New York Chain.
Come on.
I know this is like $100, but if you have something really valuable for today, this is a special steel that's used like on ship anchors. So I'm going to use this to anchor my boat. It comes in 3 and 6 foot lengths and has its own special U-bolt lock.
What would you use this to chain up is what I want to know.
If you have to lock a bike around a tree or a lawnmower in the backyard, outboard motors. Anything.
Lock up your honey?
Wait a minute. This is not that kind of a show.
Make sure it doesn't get away.
Our final guy is called Portable Locker. This is great. Sometimes you go to a swimming pool at a hotel and you're not sure if you want to leave your wallet and keys around. You put your wallet, watch, whatever you want in little portable locker. Then run this around, again, a tree, a pole, slide it in here, dial your own little combination. And it's a secure thing. It's only about $20 at Kmart and other stores, and there's a bigger $30 model too.
So this is actually for taking to the pool on vacation.
Taking to the pool, exactly, on vacation. You could even lock it in your hotel room while you're out and you don't want someone to run off. You know, if someone comes in and really wants it, they'll do it, but someone's not going to run in and just grab your wallet.
All right, Dickie D, thanks very much. All right, so much for catching a good buy. How about dinner? Coming up, we'll tell you why fish are flocking back to your city stream. And why your old blue jeans are making a big comeback in Japan. Details straight ahead.
This is CNBC.
Period. The fund has been managed continuously since 1981 by Ken Hebner. For a prospectus, call 1-800-CGM-INFO. CGM Mutual Fund. Outstanding 10-year performance.
Sprint Sense International gives you great rates to countries all over the world. What more could you want? How about some cash?
Cash would be good. Yes, some cash back.
Presenting Sprint Sense International with something new, cash back. Call now for these simply great rates on calls to countries all around the world. Plus, get rewarded with 10% cash back for every dollar you spend.
For me, that would be at least $100 a year.
Cash back on all my calls to Ireland?
There's no limit to the amount of cash back you can earn. Month after month, you'll see your cash add up, so it pays to stay with Sprint. Call now and we'll even switch you for free.
What about domestic cards?
You'll get cash back on domestic calls, too. And with Sprint Sense International, you'll get a great 10 cents a minute rate on every state-to-state call. So call now.
Cash back would be great.
Good idea. Cash back. It's one phrase that's understood around the world. Get simply great rates now and 10% cash back every year. Call now. 1-800-227-9879.
Tonight, how a young boy's magazine subscription sent him on a trip into junk mail hell. Plus, drug companies may be getting richer off of you all because of a big mistake by Congress. And find out why corporate fat cats want to be on the inside track of this hot sport. Hi, everybody. I'm Janice Lieberman, and welcome to Steals and Deals. We are the scam and rip-off show of record, along with the consumer news you can use every day. Up first, are you being hassled every time you open your mailbox? Junk mail is something we all put up with, but now your children may also be on somebody's list. Asa Aarons met one man who's fighting back to protect his family.
12-year-old Scott is a student and sports fan. He's also a potential Men's Magazine subscriber, credit card holding, new fashion wearing, net surfing consumer. Scott was given a taste of these other interests after he subscribed to a major sports magazine. He suspects they sold or shared his name. According to the Direct Marketing Association, it's common for magazines to sell their subscription lists to companies hoping to cash in on similar interests, like men's fashions. Scott's dad decided to draw the line at an offering from Playboy.
On the Playboy, it says a catalog for men and the women they love. Well, I think he's a little too young for that right now.
Ready or not, Scott says he was sent credit cards with a possible $5,000 limit. He could order with his long-distance account and even comparison shop on the internet with a free sign-on kit. Scott did not take advantage of any of the orders. He did tell his dad.
Because, like, you might get in trouble by your parents for getting Playboy when you didn't even subscribe for it.
Scott's certainly not in any trouble or at fault, and the companies have every right to sell mailing lists. But the episode leaves Scott's father feeling cautious.
To the point where I'm afraid to have the kids get the mail out of the mailbox and fear what's going to be in it next.
The cure? Contact the Direct Marketing Association, P.O. Box 9014, Farmingdale, New York, 11735-9014. That should cut down your unwanted mail by about a third. Another way to avoid the list is to put right on your subscription, "Do not release my name." Many companies will gladly comply. In New York City, I'm Asa Aarons for Steals and Deals.
Junk mail is enough to get anyone's blood pressure going. Here's something else. Prescription drugs that cost you a fortune. And as NBC's Lisa Myers explains, high prices aren't the only reason you should be angry.
90-year-old Florence Davis takes the prescription drug Capitan for her high blood pressure. A month's supply costs $125 at her pharmacy.
If I could get the generic cheaper, I would.
Her son Norman pays for the medication.
For all of my mother's drugs, I pay for them. She can't afford it.
Mrs. Davis was supposed to be able to buy a cheaper generic version of Capitan beginning last month, cutting the cost by as much as half. But thanks to Congress, she'll have to wait until at least February. And here's why. Last year, Congress made a costly mistake in this huge bill implementing a trade agreement called GATT. It gave big drug companies longer patent protection on about a dozen drugs, enabling them to charge high prices without competition.
They are getting a $2 billion a year windfall. It is a bonanza. This is an absolute ripoff to consumers and to taxpayers.
The big winners, Bristol-Myers Squibb, maker of Capitan, taken by 15 million Americans last year, and Glaxo, maker of Zantac, an ulcer drug prescribed to 33 million. The biggest losers, everyone who uses the drugs. Take Zantac, the ulcer drug which costs about $83 a month. Buying generic could cut that cost in half, a big savings if you're on a fixed income.
That can mean the difference between her having lunch or not. Simply that critical to some of our elderly.
And if you don't use the drugs, you still lose. Taxpayers have to pay $200 million more for these prescriptions under health programs for the poor. It's no wonder drug companies are fighting to save their huge windfall. In fact, they claim it was no mistake at all.
Congress knew exactly what it was doing. It was extending patents across the board.
However, Republican Senator John Chafee says that's not true.
Each of us who were involved never thought that this was taking place.
Still, fixing the problem will be an uphill battle. Glaxo has given $600,000 in campaign contributions in the last 2.5 years, $375,000 to Republicans, $236,000 to Democrats. Senior groups warn that if Congress does not correct its mistake, it would send a powerful message to voters.
It is a signal. Yes, well, we really don't care about you because, you know, the pharmacies are giving me campaign money.
Florence and Norman Davis say they can't afford to have Congress and big drug companies conduct business as usual. Lisa Myers, NBC News, the Capitol.
There are ways to save yourself money, especially if you're a phone customer still leasing a telephone. As we told you last night, millions of Americans do just that, paying a fee every month. And as Elizabeth Crenshaw reports, AT&T says these customers like it that way.
Back in 1984, AT&T was broken up, and Americans were allowed to buy their own phones. No more monthly equipment charges to AT&T. Yet 11 years later, 6 million Americans continue to lease, many of them senior citizens, adding up to $5 billion to AT&T. Senior citizen groups complain many seniors don't even know they are leasing. I went to a senior center in Northeast Washington to ask folks whether they lease or buy. Many were still leasing.
How much is your bill every 3 months?
I think $48, something like that.
$48 every 3 months? You want to work that out? Let's see. So we're doing 48 times 4, because that's what you're paying a year, 192. And you've been doing this since 1984, so that's times 10 years. So you've spent $1,920 leasing your phones. Is something else you could do with that $1,900?
Well, one thing he could have done was buy a heck of a lot of phones. Here's a look at the numbers. If you lease a touch-tone trimline phone, it costs about $6.45 a month. You could buy that same phone for $29. So after only 4.5 months of leasing, you could have bought the phone outright. Say you lease a cordless phone, you pay $19.95 a month. You could buy a cordless for $100. Again, after only 5 months of lease payments, you could have owned that phone.
What a customer's paying for is they're paying for the service. So when you compare purchase price against the lease price, it's comparing apples against oranges.
When you lease, AT&T will replace the phone for free if it breaks, or if you want a change of color or style.
Do you own any phones?
Yes.
So you're
3 others in the house.
So why do you lease the ones from AT&T?
I thought I had to have one in there from A&T because that's what they told me.
We send out a separate bill, and it clearly states the lease charges on it.
AT&T says its customers are not confused, that they know they can buy instead of lease. But it has decided to change its bills to make them clearer, now listing the type of phone leased. And AT&T is sending out newly designed pamphlets to clearly state the options for folks.
We've heard those concerns. We want to make sure our customers are aware of what they're paying for and understand the great service that we have to offer.
So for the first thing, make sure you know if you're leasing any phones, then decide if you want to continue to lease or to buy. And of course, if you do decide to stop leasing, you must return the leased phones to AT&T. And when Steals and Deals continues, why executives of some nonprofit groups rake in million-dollar salaries at taxpayers' expense. And why the key to competing at the racetrack is not a fast car, but a corporate logo on the side of the car. Stay with us for details.
When learning something new, you often give control to someone else. It's the same with investing. But soon, with the right kind of help, you're ready to take charge. You're ready for Charles Schwab.
The whole idea behind Schwab is to help investors help themselves.
We can help you conveniently manage your investments in a Schwab One account, complete with checking, a Visa debit card, and ATM access. Plus, at Schwab, you'll save on commissions, too.
We're Charles Schwab, and we're helping investors help themselves.
Imagine an automobile engineered to such precise tolerances, it feels as if it were formed from a single piece of steel. Introducing the all-new 1996 Mercury Sable. The all-new Mercury Sable. Imagine something better.
Imagine yourself in a Mercury.
Investors Business Daily, the newspaper for people who want to make money, is offering 2 free weeks. Call the toll-free number on your screen right now.
I think the encapsulation of the news in Investors Business Daily is excellent.
It's, I would say, user-friendly.
Call 800-441-2626 and get your 2 weeks free subscription plus your free gift. You'll receive the tape 100 Ways to Improve Your Investment Results, absolutely free with no cost or obligation. Call toll-free now.
I've heard that Windows 95 needs a lot of memory. Like, I just have a 4 megabyte PC, and, well, you know, I don't want to spend $300 buying more hard RAM. That's when I heard about SoftRAM 95. It works for Windows 95 and 3.1. Just put in a disk and a click of the mouse. I now have 8 megabytes for under $50. It's a no-brainer.
Shamu!
Don't trash where you splash.
What's the big deal?
Clean water's the big deal. Sea animals need it to swim. Plants need it to grow. We all need it to drink.
Thanks.
See why we need to keep our water clean?
I do now.
So remember, don't trash where you splash.
A message from Shamu and the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation.
Tonight, Emmy Award-winning journalist Geraldo Rivera takes you inside the O.J. Simpson trial with intriguing guests, live updates, and in-depth analysis. Rivera Live, tonight on CNBC.
Welcome back. Last spring, we told you how some bunk beds could be death traps for children. Well, now the government and bunk bed manufacturers have added over 41,000 beds to a recall list. The beds have openings on the top bunk that could trap and kill a child who tries to slip through. Spaces between the guardrail and frame on a top bunk should be less than 3.5 inches wide. Now, to find out which beds have been recalled, you can call the Consumer Product Safety Commission's hotline. Their number is 800-638-2727. 800-638-2772. Once again, it's 800-638-2772. If you're a smoker who can't quite stop, chew on this. A federal drug advisory panel is recommending that Nicorette gum be sold over the counter, saying the nicotine-laced gum can work, has few side effects, and isn't likely to be abused. The gum's maker, SmithKline Beecham, stresses the gum is only for those serious about kicking the habit. Well, one habit that may be hard to break for executives at some nonprofit groups: huge taxpayer-subsidized salaries. That's what the magazine U.S. News & World Report found after a 4-month investigation into abuses by tax-exempt groups. Over 1 million nonprofit organizations nationwide are tax-exempt. And we're not just talking about charities. They include powerful Washington lobbies, political advocacy groups, even professional sports leagues. You would think the salaries of nonprofit executives would be low, but that isn't always the case. U.S. News found the NFL, which is a nonprofit group, paid Commissioner Paul Tagliabue $2.5 million in salary. Harvard University paid one of its top money managers $2.9 million, more than 12 times the salary of the university president. Children's Television Workshop, home to Sesame Street, paid its top marketing official $754,000. Not bad for organizations that are tax-exempt. Nonprofit organizations can earn and keep profits as long as the funds are used to further their core mission. But U.S. News found that some were dabbling in businesses unrelated to their mission. For example, a hospital care operation, until recently, was operating a marina. If all this is making you sick, don't expect to get much in line of free health care at a nonprofit hospital, because on average, less revenue is devoted to indigent care. Excluding municipal hospitals, nonprofits deliver 4.8% charity care versus 5.2% from profit-making facilities. Joining us with more now from Washington, D.C. is Ed Pound. He is a senior writer with U.S. News & World Report. Thank you so much for joining us, Ed.
Nice to be here, Janice.
Some of those salaries were staggering. I mean, these groups are nonprofit and tax-exempt. How do they get away with this?
Well, it's simple. Most of them are in compliance with the law. The law requires that you not pay excessive salaries, but the IRS, which monitors the law, looks at these in individual cases and determines whether or not it's considered excessive. And if others are paying the same kind of salaries, let's say business leagues, professional groups, let's take, for example, the NFL, if others are paying similar type salaries, for example, the PGA Tour, which paid Dean Beeman, who was the commissioner, around $2 million a year, the IRS doesn't consider this necessarily excessive, and so they can do it, and the taxpayer gets to subsidize it.
How does this actually affect us? I mean, what is it out of our pocket?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, if they're not paying taxes, somebody's paying the tax, and it's you and me and the rest of the people in this country, the individual taxpayers. This is a system that's kind of grown out of control. As you said on your intro, there are about 1.1 million of these organizations now. Many of them are not charities. About 450,000 of them are charities, but the remainder are organizations like professional trade groups, any number of different types of groups, political advocacy groups of all types. And there are many of these that have come onto the scene, especially in the last 15 to 20 years.
Do you see any government agencies or consumer groups that are watching this and making sure these abuses don't continue to grow?
Well, not too many people are watching it. Most of the consumer groups are nonprofit tax exempts themselves, so they're benefiting from this. The IRS is trying to do in what they call big case audits to monitor this and curb the abuses, but they don't have the horses. It's that simple. They just don't have the people to get the job done.
You mentioned in your article there are marinas, there are restaurants, clearly that has nothing to do with the charity or the organization. How can they get away with that? Very
simply, because most of these organizations claim that it's part of their mission. For example, they operate, some educational institutions operate hotels, and they claim that they need these hotels to hold conferences. They also, of course, rent these hotel rooms to the general public. But some of these people will claim going to the moon as part of their mission, and they get away with it. I see that, and it was a fascinating article. It's all in U.S. News & World Report. Ed Pound, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
On Guard, coming up, you want to protect yourself. Our Gizmo Wizard has the latest gadgets for playing it safe. Plus, it's a sport everyone wants in on. We'll put you in the driver's seat. All of that when Steals and Deals comes back.
This is CNBC.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, a father and a grandfather, and I know kids have big dreams. As a parent, you want to help your children reach their dreams. But with college costs being what they are, the only way to make dreams possible for tomorrow is if you start to save today. The Burger Funds make it easy for you to get going, with low minimums of $250 to start, $50 thereafter. Choose between 3 no-load funds, the Burger 100, the Burger 101, and the Burger Small Company Growth Fund. For over 20 years, the Burger Funds have helped investors reach for their dreams. As a shareholder and director, I urge you to learn more. So call 800-333-1001 for a free investment fact kit and prospectus. After all, kids will always have big dreams, and the Burger Funds would like to help you make them come true.
Rose, come over here, sweetheart. I want to talk to you. Up close. Rose Matter, Stephen King's powerful new book from Viking.
Sometimes a woman's got to take things into her own hands.
Now there's a copier that resets originals and gathers collated sets all by itself. The new Mita DC6090 gets things done whether you're there or not.
If you could get 10 cents a minute on long-distance calls and anything else in the world you wanted, what would that be?
I'd like 10 cents a minute and a new car.
I'd take 10 cents a minute and a new boyfriend.
10 cents a minute and some cash back? You've got it. There's something new with Sprint Cents, cash back. Call now and get 10 cents a minute rates on state-to-state calls, all evening, all night, and all weekend long. And you'll be rewarded with 10% cash back for every dollar you spend.
Cash back, cool.
That's something new. I like it. The way I call, that could really add up. There's no limit to the amount of cash back you can earn. Month after month, you'll see your cash add up, so it pays to stay with Sprint Cents. And when you sign up right now, Sprint will even switch you for free.
10 cents a minute and cash back? Getting cash back's great. Can I get the boyfriend too?
Sorry, Sprint can't do everything. Well, not yet. Get 10 cents a minute now and 10% cash back every year with Sprint Cents. Call now. 1-800-621-7497.
And welcome back to Steals and Deals. Tonight we wrap up our car series with a trip to the NASCAR racetrack. The cars there have changed a lot over the years, thanks in part to corporate logos. As Dean Shepard reports, these sponsors are injecting big money into a high-speed sport.
Put 700 of the world's most powerful horses together, and what do you get?
Budweiser is in on it.
This pack is going fast.
McDonald's is too.
Kellogg's is proud to sponsor.
And even Kellogg's. They're all taking advantage of one of the hottest growing sports, NASCAR racing. But long before it became an arena for sponsors, the automakers were out on the track, enticing fans with an image of the car they should want to buy.
It gives us the opportunity to put our vehicles out there in a venue that shows that we can run against the best competition there is out there and win. And that relates back to our products that we build and that the customer can come see on the showroom floor.
It's very identifiable because if I go out here and drive a Ford Thunderbird, then the people in the grandstands can relate to that.
It goes beyond NASCAR. The IndyCar races give the auto companies a chance to demonstrate that they're on the cutting edge.
We're selling technology and awareness of the engineering that we provide through the actual products that we sell. In fact, there are some products that we're actually testing on Indy cars as opposed to just developing and then putting them in a production car.
The auto industry spends $50 to $100 million a year for motorsports programs. It's big business. But does all that effort really sell cars?
Any number of dealers out there in America that sell Chevrolets for a living that can tell you that when we win on the racetrack on Sunday, they certainly start selling on Monday and the whole week through.
Auto racing has been part of the American culture since the early part of the century. And as race cars and their technology have evolved, so have the cars we drive. Just don't try this at home. Dean Shepard, CNBC Business News.
And finally tonight, if you're racing to buy something expensive and want to make sure it stays with you and doesn't walk off with somebody else, you have come to the right place because our gizmo wizard, Dick DeBartolo, has a lock on what's new in personal security. The latest in locks.
What's new? Yeah, well, more than locks, a lot of security things.
No bagels.
She's doing her own shtick.
Yeah,
okay. The sequel 2000, otherwise called Electronic Cop, it's a car burglar alarm. It has 100 decibel alarm, but it also has engine shutoff about 1 minute and 45 seconds after someone steals your car. Now, I was not able to test this because Andy Friendly won't buy me a car. Okay.
But you know, I have to say, we've worked with car people, and they said that's the best way, the kill switch.
The kill switch,
that's
okay.
The only way.
It comes with 2 remotes, so you can arm it from far away. What I like about this is when I spoke to the manufacturer, they said this qualifies for the maximum deduction on your insurance, and in many states, that'll cover more than the cost of the unit, which is under $70.
Not a big unit either,
Not
which
bad.
is nice.
Okay, Electronic Cop. Our next guy is Card Lock. And what Card Lock is, obviously, you're not going to, tie up a $6,000 bicycle or something. But the man who invented this told me that he saw a David Horowitz piece where people at the airport are reading the newspaper. Someone runs off with their luggage.
Yes, we did that report.
Yes, exactly. So you could run this through the handle of your luggage, and it comes with a little card, which you can put in your wallet. When the card is in, you push this little guy, and Card Lock unlocks.
So where would you put that? Around a chair?
Around a chair. Or if you have 3 or 4 bags, just run this through all the handles of the bags.
Isn't that clever?
And someone goes to pick up one, and they're going to suddenly be dragging...
Just don't lose the card.
Just don't lose the card. And then the card, of course, can go in your wallet. They're only about $7. Ace Hardware, Home Depot, and we ran the guy's phone number. Of course, they're new, and each one is color-coded to its own lock. Now, from Fellows, a shredder. Why is a shredder a security device?
Why is a shredder? I don't know.
I was throwing away checks the other night, old checks and old statements, and I thought, wait a minute. You know, I tore them up. I actually threw coffee grounds on them. I thought that was a good idea. Also, there's a pooper scooper law, so when I take my dog out, I take my bank checks with me. But this guy is only, I'll show you what we have.
You know, we did a story on dumpster diving when people actually go into your dumpsters
right.
and copy down
So
your
this
checks.
is under $100. Actually, can you get that guy in there? And, oh, come on. Oh, you know what? I'm probably doing reverse. I was doing reverse. All right. So all your bank statements, no one's going to find them like this.
That's very good, because we do know that's a problem.
Absolutely. This one is under 100, comes with its own waste paper basket, but we had a wonderful buy at Daymark, a very similar unit from Fellows for $50.
Can't beat that.
Okay, from Zelco, this is called Blast. It's a key light. See the little red light here? Yeah, you can. Okay, we had this a couple of years ago, but now they re-released it, and they put a built-in whistle at the other end. So you carry your keys, you can get in the house real fast at night because the light is on. So it's a little security gadget. It's available at Brookstones. And finally, Radio Shack is doing a very nice thing.
What are they doing?
What are they doing, she said. They have an entire series of booklets. They have a program called United Against Crime, and how to make my home safer, how to keep my kids safer. And all of these booklets are free. You just walk into your local Radio Shack store and ask for the Crimes Against, whatever it's called,
All right, well, the world is safer because of you. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. That's all for now, but Monday on Steals and Deals, this junk mail promises a Florida vacation on the cheap, but is there truth in this advertising? Well, there are a few catches. We'll tell you all about that Monday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. I'm Janice Lieberman, along with the Confetti King. Thanks for watching Steals and Deals. And remember,
if it sounds too good to be true,
it probably is. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. We'll clean them up. It'll be better next Friday. What can I tell you?
Really good.
Fund Index for that period. The fund has been managed continuously since 1981 by Ken Hebner. For a prospectus, call 1-800-CGM-INFO. CGM Mutual Fund. Outstanding 10-year performance.
What do today's investors want?
Lower commissions.
You'll pay less at today's Quick & Riley. Up to 73% less than Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney. And up to 33% less than Schwab and Fidelity. Trade by touch-tone phone and save an extra 10%.
I want access to my portfolio.
You've got it 24 hours a day with online investing.
I want to do it all by phone.
You can with touch-tone trading or our 24-hour trading desk, or visit our branch offices. Call now for Quick & Riley's $87 investor kit with valuable information, exclusive reports, and Microsoft Money software, free for a limited time when you open an account.
I started Quick & Riley to help you do better.
Quick & Riley, where independent investors do better every day. Call now.
Tonight, phony money. It's a real problem for you. Can the government stop the crooks from cashing in? Plus, who's trashing your credit? Get an expert's advice on fighting back and fixing your credit rating. And thinking about pooping out on your pet? A trip to the pound could be a costly mistake. Hi, everybody. I'm Janice Lieberman, and welcome to Steals and Deals. We are the scam and ripoff show of record, along with the consumer news you can use every day. Up first, funny money. It's no joke, especially when you consider who picks up the tab for this crime. You. Last year, the government seized more than $200 million in bogus bills. But can the feds really win this paper chase? NBC's Cassandra Clayton reports.
Pieces of paper backed by the full faith and credit of the United States. $300 billion US dollars are in circulation around the world. In some countries, the greenback is more highly valued than the national currency. The plates from which US dollars are made are engraved by hand. Each has to be perfect. The paper they're pressed against is virtually impossible to duplicate. Despite that, counterfeiting has been on the rise for the past 10 years. The amount of funny money seized has tripled in the past decade. This was the take from a raid in Georgia in 1986, 500,000 in fake 20s. This was last March in Canada. $15 million worth of phony hundreds were recovered. The forgery ring had ties to organized crime. The product was to be distributed in several countries. These days, most counterfeit U.S. bills are passed in other countries, mostly Europe and the Far East. Federal officials say despite losing some battles, they are winning the war against currency fraud.
On average, only 9 notes in every million are found to be counterfeit.
If you got a new $100 bill every month, in 300 years, you wouldn't get a counterfeit bill. That gives you a sense of how insignificant it is in today's world.
Still, the 100, the most commonly copied bill, is getting a facelift to make it more forgery resistant. Among other things, Benjamin Franklin's portrait is larger and more intricate. There's a strip embedded in the paper which will turn red when held under ultraviolet light. Counterfeiting has long been a concern. Even these bills, which date back to the 1870s, were made of rare paper. Back then, bills were 25% bigger, and design varied depending on value. The look was standardized in 1929 to cut production costs. The last major design change was in 1957, when the words, "In God We Trust," were added to the back. The new 100, which goes into circulation next year, will be the model for making over every denomination. The process will take years, but the Treasury Department is determined to defeat modern technology so counterfeiters can't cash in. Cassandra Clayton, NBC News, Washington.
You see it all the time, an animal wandering the streets. Chances are it was someone's pet before it became society's stray. Now a new study wants to know why pet owners give up on their animals. As Michelle Tracy reports, the results could save cats, dogs, and even some of your hard-earned tax dollars.
Adopt or buy, cat or dog. A pet is supposed to bring love and happiness to life. Not sorrow, not this.
Sorry.
Today, Sherry Chang and her daughter are returning their Chihuahua to New Jersey's Bergen County Animal Shelter after only 10 days together. Seems he was more than they could handle.
She said, maybe we get another one. Let's get another style. I'm so sorry.
But by surrendering their dog, the Changs may have sentenced him to life behind bars, or worse.
The solution is injected straight into the heart.
Up to 10 million companion animals are put down each year, euthanized at overcrowded shelters by overwhelmed staff workers like Bill McKnight, a foreman at the Center for Animal Care and Control in Manhattan.
This job can get you very angry, so especially when you have to put over 50% of all the animals to sleep and no one doesn't even knock on the door. There's more animals coming in than go out.
And McKnight isn't the only one who should be feeling frustrated.
Emotional cost aside, the bottom line is we all pay for unwanted animals. And while it's difficult to pinpoint a national figure, it's estimated that in New York City alone, taxpayers shell out roughly $5 million a year to have unwanted animals put to sleep. Animals that were once someone else's pets, someone else's responsibility.
But to Steve Zawistowski of the ASPCA, the real problem isn't too many unwanted pets, but too many unwilling owners who can't make or keep a commitment to their animals.
No time, no time.
Now the ASPCA and 9 other animal groups are hoping to lower the number of animals surrendered and killed every year. But first they want to answer a key question: why the bond between owner and animal breaks down.
What we hope to be able to do is start teasing apart what are some of the problems. Are the pets too easy to get? Are people not given enough information on their responsibilities regarding the care for companion animals?
And they're studying the problem at shelters nationwide. Survey taker Hetty Litke stops people surrendering their animals to ask them why.
They get the idea, oh, it's okay to bring an animal into the shelter. It's perfectly all right. There's no, they'll take it. It's this happy little paradise that they can bring it to. And euthanasia really doesn't even enter some of these people's minds.
Ultimately, Zawistowski hopes the study will create a profile of the high-risk pet owner to help workers screen candidates. Some shelters are already doing just that. This man came to adopt a puppy but was turned down. Seems he already owns a dog, and the shelter has it.
I was very good to the dog. He just, every time somebody came around, he would snap at them.
Other possible solutions: build critical services into the cost for adopting or buying a pet, like spaying and neutering, obedience training.
There you go.
Even counseling. This new owner admits she may be in over her head.
I was so excited about getting a dog. I just got it and took her home, and I forgot all about, how I was going to take care of her and stuff like that.
And that stuff is what long friendships are made of. But many shelter managers admit, study or no study, they may not have the manpower or time to counsel everyone, to make sure every pet walks away with the right owner, or that every customer walks away with a smile. For Steals and Deals, I'm Michelle Tracy.
The cost of euthanizing animals can run as high as $125 million a year. And by the way, researchers are also trying to find out what makes a successful pet owner. Coming up, how to fix your credit rating no matter how bad it is. Plus, easy rider, or is that queasy rider? We put a truck's promise to a bumpy test. Hop in. Steals and Deals continues.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, a shareholder and also a director of the Burger Funds. I spent over 40 years as an investment advisor, and during that time, I watched many people try to time the market, thinking they can jump in when prices are low, jump out when prices are high. But experience shows even the experts have difficulty making money this way. And so instead, most successful investors have a long-term perspective, committing to a regular program of fixed dollar investments. The result is that they buy more shares when the market is low, fewer when it's high, putting time and market fluctuations to work for them by lowering the average per share cost. To learn more about the no-load Burger Funds, including performance figures, call 800-333-1001 All it takes is $250 to start, $50 thereafter. And over time, as the fable shows, you could find yourself steadily getting where you want to go.
Get rid of your copier, printer, fax, and scanner. Get the new Mita AF1000. It does it all in 2 square feet.
Get your pen ready to put something at the top of your list. Try Investor's Business Daily for 2 weeks free.
Anything having to do with the economy and the confidence level and the employment levels and the leading economic indicators, those are the things that I follow very carefully.
Call now to get this valuable audio tape, 100 Ways to Improve Your Investment Results, plus 2 weeks of Investor's Business Daily free. Call 800-453-1600. Do it now.
Now get 24 issues of the new New Yorker week after week for just $19.98. Save $40 off the cover price and get the special cartoon collection free with your paid subscription. Call 1-800-851-1400.
Next on Jerry Spence, from William Kennedy Smith to the O.J. Simpson trial, do big names get big favors in the courtroom? We'll go behind the scenes of the big trials with criminal defense attorney Roy Black. Coming up next on Jerry Spence.
This weekend on O.J. Simpson on Trial, the deck's been dealt in the trial of the century and O.J.'s been acquitted. But did the race card play a role in the verdict? Our panel of experts debate the issues and take your calls. This weekend on O.J. Simpson on Trial.
Tonight, it's intimate talk on today's adult issues. Get real personal with Bob Berkowitz.
And welcome back to Steals and Deals. Credit problems got you down? Maybe you should feel angry instead. Credit expert Gail Walker says your poor credit rating may have been caused by someone else. And the good news is you can fight back. And Gail Walker joins us now. She's the author of Clean Slate Credit Repair, which is a book that's about to come out, and software that's about to come out along with it, which is kind of interesting. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
What made you even interested in this topic?
Well, after my divorce, I tried to put a second mortgage on my home. And I had not seen my credit report for about 4 years. And after I saw the credit report and the mortgage company said, no, you've got some negatives on your credit report, when I looked at it, I was devastated because I have maintained a good credit history for about 20 years.
You're a professional working woman. You've been in business for a long time. There's no reason why that should have happened.
Absolutely not. And credit problems, Janice, are not for deadbeats. It affects anyone and everyone, doctors, lawyers, because no one, unless they monitor your credit report, they don't know that the sloppiness of the reporting industry. It's the theory of garbage in, garbage out. Creditors report information that is inaccurate all the time, and credit bureaus take that information and they don't really care if it's right or wrong.
All right, so you decided to do a survey and see if you were not alone. What did you find?
Yes, in conjunction with consumer loan advocates, we found that 70% of the public is affected by negative, incorrect information on their credit reports.
Well, you also found that 30% never even saw their credit report.
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things to clearing your credit is monitoring the credit report every 6 months. 30% of the people do not even know they have an error. And 50% found that there was negative information on their credit report.
50%, that's half of the population.
Half of the population, and 70% of the adult population is affected by this.
Why are there so many mistakes that are being the garbage in? Where is that coming from?
The creditors just report incorrect information. The credit bureaus don't really verify. It's the consumer that has to verify and document whether it's correct or not. Wrong names, wrong, incorrect credit card information, incorrect account information. All of that is just incorrect, and unless we monitor it, we will not know.
All right, let's say you find out, as you did, that something was wrong. How do you fight back and win?
Well, that's why we developed the software system Clear Slate Credit Repair, and I wrote the book. There are tools and techniques that you can use to fight back on the systems. One is be persistent. Monitor your credit report every 6 months. Decode the information, all the secret codes on the credit report, and then fight back with persistence and correspondence and knowing the right method.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your study with us. Gail Walker, Clean Slate Credit Repair book. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, smoothing out your finances is tough enough. Now try tackling that rocky road to work. The maker of One Truck says you can have your morning coffee and drink it too, thanks to their premium suspension system. Well, David Horowitz is here to take us for a ride in his product challenge. So fasten your seatbelts.
The Jimmy GMC truck is selling a super smooth ride in its commercial. So smooth, even if you leave your coffee cup on top by mistake, it won't spill or fall.
No shakes, no jolts.
Is it a gimmick? Does the cup stay on the truck because it has a non-skid weighted rubber bottom? Da, 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 da. I've got my GMC Jimmy with premium suspension. My honey made me a cup of coffee. Put it here like they did in the commercial. Get my briefcase inside. Let's go for a ride and see what happens. What's wrong?
Your coffee cup's on top.
A bug?
Mug.
A mug on my roof.
A cup right there.
My cup? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. We'll just take this right down to Hollywood Boulevard. Boy, the construction here is just... All right, here comes the nightmare part. With all the bumps. Here we go. I left it up there to cool it down because it's too hot.
Oh, you're doing some kind of research, ain't you?
Now, look at this alley with the bumps. If this doesn't spill coffee, I don't know what will. Well, Jimmy, you've done it so far, but I'm going to give you a little rougher test after I take a coffee break. Will this deserted rail spur filled with gravel be the ultimate challenge for the smooth-riding Jimmy? This is a rough road. Whoop, there goes some coffee, it's spilling. The Jimmy did actually perform as promised in the commercial. I just got a little carried away. Sorry, Jimmy. In fact, some of my crew wanted to take the test even one step farther. Grandma's priceless antique crystal? I'm not so sure about this, guys. That was unbelievable. The GMC Jimmy suspension was so... Hey, wait a second. Now cut that out. Well, that's Hollywood. I'm David Horowitz in Los Angeles for Steals and Deals.
And the ride continues with some comfy, cool gadgets for your most precious cargo, your baby. Plus, pick up a few bargain tips that'll save you big bucks on mail-order books. Details straight ahead when Steals and Deals continues.
This is CNBC.
Making ideas a reality. It's how you ended up with your own business in the first place. And it's why Hewlett-Packard has introduced the fast, reliable, affordable HP LaserJet 5L and the colorful HP DeskJet 850 series with a real-life imaging system. Dependable, professional Hewlett-Packard printers. Printers that work almost as hard as you do. HP printers. Just what you had in mind.
Hey gang, Jake here. Do you want rock-hard abdominals? A slim, sexy waistline and a lower back that feels like $1 million? Well, over 250,000 others have, and now you can. Because my Ab and Back Plus is now available at retail stores everywhere. The Ab and Back Plus in my Fit 4 workout will give you incredible results fast. With our torsion disc technology, it takes about 10 minutes 3 times a week to get you looking good and feeling great about yourself. Gang, this is one tough machine, welded from tubular steel and backed by a 25-year warranty. and it weighs only 38 pounds, and it's easy to store. And now you've got 2 ways to order. Stop by and pick one up, or call us if you'd like our easy payment plan and delivery right to your home. I guarantee you're going to love the difference this machine can make. You can have rock-hard abs, a slim, sexy waistline, and the strong, healthy back you've always wanted. Call us or stop by your favorite retailer right now. Don't quit.
Something happens when you read the Wall Street Journal every business day. You start seeing opportunities where you never saw them before. See for yourself. Subscribe now to the Wall Street Journal. The Journal keeps you right at the heart of what's going on in business. Call now for the Journal and get your free guide to planning your financial future. Facts you need to start planning a secure future right now. Get 10 weeks of the Wall Street Journal for just $38 and get the guide free.
Call now, 800-647-5700. That's 800-647-5700.
You know you need life insurance to protect the family you love. We know the way things go, it's hard to find the money to pay the premiums. You know you've got to do it, and we know we can help you. So if you need $25,000 to $1 million or more of quality life insurance protection, call today, 800-253-2300 for this free information package. Garden State Life may be able to save you as much as 50% off what you're paying for term life insurance protection. 800-253-2300, toll free.
Welcome back to Steals and Deals. It's part of our mission to save you money. And when it comes to discounts, there's no one like our bargain finder, Alyssa Lazar. This week, Alyssa saves us big bucks on books.
Some people say that we spend too much time watching television, but Americans bought over 2 billion books last year and spent over $20 billion. Walking through the Strand bookstore in New York City makes you feel like a kid in a big candy store. There are millions of books to choose from, vintage and recent, on just about every subject imaginable. And here, every book is a bargain. We talked to Fred Bass, president of the Strand bookstore in New York, to find out how they managed to keep their prices so low.
Essentially, we're a second-hand used book operation. But as part of our used book operation and rare book operation, we started buying remainders, which are publishers' overstock. We go for the quality remainder. We go for the book that the publisher has maybe printed 750,000 copies and sold 740,000, and now he's got 10,000 left over. It could be a $30 book, and we can sell it for $9.95 or $7.95. We also have made a huge market in reviewers' copies of books. These are the complimentary copies that the publishers send out to reviewers, magazines, journals, listing services, newspapers, TV stations, hoping to get free publicity. And over the years, we've made a market in these. We've bought these up, and we put them out at 50% off list. And we have maybe 100,000 current reviewers' copies in stock at half price.
Strand also buys directly from the publisher. These front list or current books are immediately marked down to 25% below retail. To order from the Strand bookstore, call 1-800-366-3664 for their free catalog with hundreds of titles. Or try Barnes & Noble at 1-800-242-6657 for a free copy of their catalog on all types of books, tapes, and video cassettes. And Dover Publication lists over 4,000 titles. You can call 516-294-7000 to request a free catalog. There are other great sources for books. You can call your local library and find out if they hold an annual book sale, or flip through magazines and see what offerings book clubs are making. I'm Alyssa Lazar for Steals and Deals.
Well, a book might be just the thing for a child who's stuck in bed with a bug. And our giz-whiz Dick DeBartolo joins us now with some, well, more high-tech comforts as well for those babes.
Absolutely, for babies. Our first guy is for babies of any age. This is called Teddy B Warm.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why. Touch, I have another one over here. Touch his tummy.
Oh, the tummy's warm.
His tummy is warm because Teddy B Warm has a little place in here to slide a heating pack.
Is that cute?
And what you do is to activate the pack is you bend this little guy, and you see, can we see? Oh, there it goes. That is, it's starting to crystallize, and this is becoming very warm. It'll stay warm for an hour or two, and then after it cools off, you put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds, and it goes back to its liquid state.
This is a great little thing, sweet,
And you can carry the little pack anywhere, and when you need some warmth, you pop that little button again, and Teddy B. Wong comes along.
Any age would like this little guy.
Okay, now, to the people at Teacher's Restaurant who said there's a man sitting there with a pacifier in his mouth.
Who was
because
that?
I test everything. This is called the We Care Digital Pacifier Thermometer. Now, since it's hard to see that, I could only get up to 97.1, by the way, is my temperature, because I think my mustache sort of dilutes the temperature. And besides, this is for a kid's mouth. But it's hard taking kids' temperatures.
Right.
So as a pacifier,
trick them.
Yes, the digital thermometer is built right in. It has automatic shut-off. And when you start it, there's a little electronic timer. And when you hear 3 sets of beeps, it means it's time that the temperature is ready, okay? So that's a cute little guy.
Okay.
All right. A couple of years ago, we had the talking spoon and the talking fork. Now, if you have to give your child medication, we have something called the Yucky Yucky Spoon, okay? Comes with a little spoon bottom, interchangeable with a medicine spoon bottom. This, you turn it this way, and it tells you how much cough medicine, whatever, it's marked along here. Then when it's time to give the child his medication, he sings a little